Fine.
We have to do it right now. Because I know we don't have much time. So
All right, that's okay. We're good.
We have to go through.
Okay, are these actual calls? This is so fun. So this is when they ask for advice?
Yep.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay.
So we're calling Ashley right now.
I'll try. This is a big responsibility.
Hello.
Hey, Ashley. It's Sim. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Ashley.
Katie Couric is here.
Hi. How are you?
Guys?
And Anna is here.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi. Thank you guys for calling.
Oh my gosh, thank you for calling us and submitting a question. And I can't even believe it that Katie Couric is here.
I'm going to try to give you some good advice, Ashley, but we'll see.
Okay, I think you guys can help me.
Okay.
Ashley, there's a lot going on with your dad and his secret family, and there's some stuff going on right now. So give us a little bit of background, and Katie and Anna are going to be able to help you.
Okay, great. So when I was about 11, my dad moved out of the house because he was an alcoholic. But my mom and him stayed married, and our relationship with him didn't really change. We still saw him every day, and he was still a big part of our lives. But as I got older, I realized that that wasn't the only reason he moved out. I found out he had cheated on my mom multiple times, and when I was a freshman in high school, one of my friends told me that her mom was friends with one of the women and that they actually had a baby together.
Oh.
So I figured it was true, but I wasn't really positive, so I decided
Ashley,
not to say anything.
Who told you this?
My friend, one of my friends. Her mom actually worked with the woman, so...
So that must have been pretty shocking, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the only person I talked to about it was her. And, I tried to see how legitimate it could be. And I think I knew it was true, but I was in such shock that I just chose to kind of pretend I never heard it. So, I just kept to myself and didn't say anything to my mom. I didn't want to upset her until I was about 21, and I was on Facebook and came across a picture of my dad with a family that wasn't mine. So then I obviously, knowing it was true at this point, I decided to tell my mom. I showed her the picture, and she had told me that she had knew, obviously, about multiple affairs, but never that he had a child or children with someone. And she, like me, chose not to deal with it and instead maintained her relationship the same with him, saw each other every day. They never talked about it or anything, but I could tell she, just didn't want to deal with it. So about 2 years ago, my mom had a stroke, and my dad had an epiphany that he wanted to get back together with her and move in and, live like they were actually married. So they've been working on the relationship, and he's actually about to move in with her. But leading to that, my mom the other day asked if my brother and I would be comfortable with meeting the other kids. So that's where we're at. That just happened a few days ago, and they're 12 and 14. They're two girls, and I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what they know. I don't want to mess up their childhood or anything like that. But so I'm not really sure how to pursue this.
Well, I think one of the things missing from this is, have you talked to your dad about it? I mean, what have you confronted him and said, what's going on? And, why did you think this was okay? And can you please explain sort of how you're able to maintain a relationship with my mom, right? I mean, they've had a relationship even though he hasn't lived with you, and yet have a double life. What has he said about it?
We've only really discussed it the once, and that's when I found out, because I was very angry, of course. So I confronted him, and he basically kind of broke down and, said a lot of it was from his drinking. They met, they partied together. He regretted it, and it was just a mistake, but obviously with 2 children involved, that doesn't go away. So, I know obviously he feels badly about it, and our family just likes to sweep things under the rug, I guess, and not really deal with them.
Just
so.
like ours, like most people's. This is Anna, by the way. But what in your gut instinct would make you feel best? What relationships do you value?
I'm thinking, obviously, I'm fine with meeting them, and my family means a lot to me. And if this would help my mom, especially, I think I would, just want her to feel better about everything. I know she wants to try again with my dad, and I'm hoping it works for her.
I don't know if that's going to work.
Well, maybe it will. I mean, can I ask you what's going on with his alcoholism at this point? Is he sober?
No, he's not sober. He hasn't really faced the fact that he's going to need to get help. He always uses like all of the stress in his life, which obviously having a secret family is a lot of stress. He's always used that kind of as a reason why he drinks so much. And now that this is kind of all on the table and it's not going to be a secret anymore, everybody knows, he, I think, realizes is he's going to have to cut that out and get some help. And the other woman is also an alcoholic. So that doesn't help either.
I'm very solution oriented, and when I see a problem, I try to figure out what is the best way to fix it. And it seems to me that your mom and you should use his wishes to reunite with you and to be a family again as leverage to make sure that he actually does get help.
That's beautiful.
I mean,
Okay,
don't you think?
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because I think sort of his intentions may be good, but I don't have a ton of experience with alcoholism, but you should do maybe an intervention and kind of try to get things straight. And then I think, I mean, this is just me. I don't know if you agree with this, Anna, but
I totally agree with this.
I think then after that, maybe forgiveness is the next thing that you need to do, knowing that, he obviously was tortured and made some bad decisions, but they're your step siblings, right? Step sisters, two girls, or
half sisters, yeah.
Right? Sorry, not step. They're your half sisters, and right. And so, I would think that you would want to maybe have a relationship with them or not. But I think that's sort of like secondary. I think kind of getting him help, and because he's only just going to hurt your mom again. And how's your mom's health now that she had a stroke?
Oh, she is so much better. We were really lucky, and she's pretty much made a full recovery. So,
but you want to protect her too, right? And keep, and you don't want to stress her out. So I think, the best way of protecting her is getting him help. I don't know.
Okay,
That's me. But Anna, what do you think?
I think that Katie Couric is fucking rad and has the answers to
I don't know. No, I don't know, right?
No. I do. I think you're completely right. I do. I tend to get when we talk to people who call in, I get pretty emotionally involved. And Ashley, I love you. And this is why, like I get a little bit emotionally involved, but I always go back to the idea of, can you protect your heart? Can you sort of protect yourself, or how are you going to make sure that you get out of whatever situation you're in?
I also think, she has to respect, what will make your mom happy.
Yeah.
And only she knows that, right? And I think, that you have to kind of keep in mind everybody's situation and feelings too. But I don't know, your dad actually sounds like, I hope he's a decent person who made some mistakes, and sounds like he does regret it. And it sounds like he loves you. I mean, do you feel like he loves you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he was in a really dark place for a while, and I noticed these past few years he's really taken a turn for the better. I mean, I know he's trying to do better and, do the right thing for our family, but I don't think he really knows how to, he doesn't know what's right. And I don't know if any of us really do.
Well, that's why I think he really needs help. Honestly, I think he needs professional help. I think these are complicated situations, clearly. And I don't think people can do it on their own. No. They need somebody who has expertise in that area. And I think probably you and your mom should participate in something called Al-Anon. What is wrong with me? I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I know there's like Al-Anon for families of people who are alcoholics.
Yeah, no, Al-Anon is fantastic.
Right? And I think, the damage, the collateral damage that is sometimes done, I think you all need to work together as a family. But I think the first thing is you really have to get him to acknowledge that he needs help.
Yes. But also like, don't feel too guilty in being a little bit selfish. And by that, I mean, you don't have to lash out at your loved ones by any means, but don't feel guilty if you need to take a minute to yourself. You know what I mean? Like a few days to yourself, like understand that this is also, it's not your responsibility to take care of your loved ones in this way necessarily.
Yeah.
And
I think that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, Ashley, we have to go, but I hope Katie and Anna's advice was helpful.
And Ashley,
tonight.
guess what? We're starting to we're going to design some big old fuck you Sims t-shirts. So maybe that will make your heart feel better.
Oh God. Okay.
Yes. Oh my God, I would love that.
We'll send you one, Ashley, as soon as they're printed up.
Good luck. And I'm sure you have some great friends and people who you respect and who will be able to help you.
And hopefully she'll reach back to us. We're lucky. We have a lot of people that come back to us.
Let Anna know how it's going. And Anna, you let me know how it's going.
And we give updates all the time as well.
Oh, that's nice. Gosh, boy, you've been through
Katie,
a lot.
Would you be willing to wear a fuck you Sim t-shirt?
No.
She doesn't even know what that is. Okay.
No.
Ashley, thank you so much.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the advice. Have a good night.
Okay, thanks, Ashley. Bye.
Katie, do you have time for a quick 5-minute call? It's a fun call.
Yeah.
More fun. It's not as deep as this. And then after that, we can wrap it up.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
So I got to go the bat mitzvah.
Okay. All right. I know. It's the worst. But I'm also going to need that.
What? Oh, yeah, he did good, didn't he? It's pretty, isn't it?
Damn. Girl.
I like it. I have a funny story about this ring, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I used to go to this jeweler on Madison Avenue to borrow jewelry if I had to go to a black tie thing or something and I wanted earrings or a pretty necklace or something. And I got to be friends with the people who owned the jewelry store. It's called Stephen Russell. And it's two men who own this jewelry store. And it's mostly antique jewelry. And when I went in, I said one time to borrow some jewelry, I looked at the diamond rings and I said, hey, you guys, if I ever get engaged, if I ever get married again, would you make sure that my fiancé buys a ring like that? Because I love this ring. And they were like, sure, yeah, good luck with that. So when my now husband proposed to me, he had gone to this store and he said, I'm getting a ring. And they had forgotten about that I had said, I really love this ring. And they showed him about 10 rings. And he said, I like that one. And it was the same ring that I had said I wanted if I ever got married again. And I thought,
that's so romantic.
Yeah, so nice. So I thought that was so sweet and such a surprise. So I was like, how did you know this was the ring I want? He said, I just picked it out. I picked it out. I thought it looked like you.
I thought it looked like you.
So that was nice,
that.
right?
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Osea. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, Osea's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try Osea's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to OSEAMalibu.com. Use code ANNA. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm, and in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
This is the perfect segue to Connie, who we're going to call right now, who was just recently engaged.
Hello?
Hey, Connie, it's Sim. How are you?
Hi, Connie.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
It's going really well. that was Katie Couric. That was Katie Couric just yelling just now.
I'm sorry. Blame it on the red wine. Got it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You don't even know. Fangirling so hard right now.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hi, Connie.
Well, Katie's telling us this amazing story about her wedding ring and her engagement ring, I should say.
This is awesome.
And
This is the best night of my life.
Connie, you're getting married in about a year, right? You just got engaged recently, right?
Yeah, I got engaged literally like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Mazel, good things.
Absolutely. You and your husband are disagreeing about the wedding planning. You have some disagreements. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah. So
Ruh-roh.
So my fiance Andrew and I, we've been dating for 5 years. And so we finally popped the question 2 weeks ago. And so now we're getting into like the early stages of wedding planning. And so, we're talking about like music and everything that kind of goes along with it. And so, one of the things we disagree on is the music that we're playing at the wedding. So we don't really fight that much. Like in the last 5 years, like we are pretty good about solving, disagreements. But for some reason, like the music, he has like really strong opinions about wedding music, and I have really strong opinions about wedding music. And so, like, he wants to play like angry 90s music, like Fiona Apple and like Alanis Morissette.
Like Bitter Little Pill. How about Mama Told Me Not to Come by Three Dog Night? This is not a good sign, but keep going, Connie. I'm kidding.
Yeah. And for me, I just kind of feel like the wedding should be like, where
joyful.
People like get low
Right.
to Little John. Maybe some Nelly,
A little
like
Uptown
fun,
Funk,
music.
Connie.
Yeah, like some Uptown Funk. So,
his reasoning is that he's like, well, a wedding should feel personal, and so this is the kind of music that I like. So this is, we want to kind of play this music because it's kind of like special to me, and versus like playing kind of like the generic stuff, which is like, the Get Low and the Bruno Mars and the Nora Jones. But I think, the music should be more romantic, and it should kind of like set the mood to things. And, it should be like a nice, like a very like positive, upbeat day.
How important is music at a wedding, Katie?
I think it's really, well, I love music and I love to dance. So I think it's incredibly important. But I'm wondering, Connie, can you compromise at all on this? In other words, like during cocktail hour, could you have Fiona Apple and Alanis Morissette and kind of play that kind of music, and just tell him during the actual reception when there's a lot of dancing? I mean, Alanis Morissette isn't that great for dancing, right? Neither is Fiona Apple, right? I mean, unless you're doing sort of performance art. And so maybe, do you think that maybe, or even if you threw in a little, I mean, I think, I don't know, this is kind of interesting. So when you talk to him about it and you sort of express, is he just trying to be different and edgy or something?
That's what I was telling Sim too. Like he has like a dry sense of humor, so he is a little bit of like a contrarian.
So he's trying to be unconventional.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to play the typical stuff. Like he wants our wedding to be different and unique.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
Could be a different spin to it.
I respect
too.
that. Well, do you think that you could go through a song list of things that were a little less kind of, I mean, let's be honest, Connie. Every reception they play Uptown Funk now, right? I mean, it's sort of like, that and Journey, I mean, it's sort of like, oh, really? That's so original. So maybe you should kind of go through a song list and be like, listen, are there some songs that may be less expected and less predictable that you would like, but would still be kind of more upbeat and joyful? Yeah. And maybe we could compromise that way. And maybe during cocktail hour, we could play these songs. But I just think, we're trying to have a happy, joyful, celebratory mood.
Katie?
Yeah?
What's your least favorite song? Like, let's say you're at Trader Joe's. Mm-hmm. What's your least favorite song? I also want to know
and then
yours,
I want to know
Connie.
yours, Connie. My least favorite song?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I really think they're nice people, but I really don't like Captain and Tennille. Like Muskrat Love really, really annoys me.
I don't know how that goes. How does that go?
It's like Nibbler. How's it go? Nibbler cheesecake. I don't know, Juna. And they have muskrat noises in the background. I think I'm showing my age because I think it was coming out in the 70s. Mike, don't laugh. Do you know that song? Thank you. So I'm not really into the Captain and Tennille. And I don't really like songs from Greece. I was at a really fun party the other night, and it was, and Rod Stewart sang, which was really fun.
Wow.
And then this DJ came on, and I was like, hey, I always try to take control of the DJ thing. It was just really bad.
I love you.
No, I always say, like, hey, because I think I can read the crowd and what they'd like. And I'm like,
my God, I love you
can
so
you play
much.
this? And he's like, I know what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. And then he started playing Grease is the word, is the word. And I was like, really? No. No one's going to want to dance to that.
Wait, I
right?
want to.
Huh? You would have to
Well,
Grease?
I just, if you sang it.
I know. No, but it's not a good song. So I don't like songs from Greece, I guess, at parties. What about you, Anna?
Welcome to the Hotel California.
You don't like that song?
Not really.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that song. One of my least favorite Eagles song. I hear you. Connie, go.
I would say like I'm not a big fan of Fetty Wap.
I love Fetty Wap. I'm kidding, Connie. I don't know who any of these people are.
I don't know who it is either.
I'm trapped in the 70s.
Oh, God. Hey, Connie.
Yeah, trap music.
Connie, we have to go, but before we go,
I want to talk to Connie.
I know.
you have a bat mitzvah.
We have to come to some closure.
Okay,
I know.
That's why I was going to ask for some
I'd like to
final
talk to your
advice.
fiance. I'd like to talk to
Is your fiance there by chance?
Yes, he's here. Let me grab him. I also want to point out, too, that we can't agree on a officiant because I'm religious and he's not. So I'm going to put him on the phone. But yeah, that's another thing that we're trying to tackle.
What's your fiance's name?
Andrew.
Oh, yes. His name is Andrew.
How did you know that?
Andrew.
Hello?
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
I'm so sorry.
Hello.
Hi, Andrew.
This might be the worst experience of your life. But
But
you're
luckily,
Oh,
we're
great.
not on live,
With-
Andrew.
You're here with Katie Couric.
Hi, Mr.
You can call me Katie, Andrew. Very nice to meet you. I'm here with Anna Faris and her colleague Sim. And your cute fiance, Connie, has just called us to talk about the fact that you all are in the midst of wedding planning, which, by the way, can be very stressful. I know that because it's a lot of
Horrible.
money and
It's
a
horrible.
lot of big decisions. And, you know, I think, honestly, the day gets a little overblown for a lot of people. But so we understand that you guys are disagreeing on some key
you, Katie.
issues, right? For the wedding. And we wanted to see if we could help you all sort it out.
Okay, sure.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Do you have any idea how generous Katie's being right now?
Like, can you be here every day?
So, Andrew, let's talk about Fiona Apple and Alanis Morissette. Can we for a second?
Okay, which one's
Okay, sure.
sexier?
So we get that you really like them and their music. But do you think it's really like joyful wedding music, Bitter Little Pill and shit like that?
Well, no, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, you know.
Oh, so what kind? Is there an
But,
upbeat
Fiona
Alanis?
Apple has some like nice romantic music in her repertoire, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know, Connie, I know Connie's not on the phone right now. Have you played the songs that you like by Fiona Apple and Alanis Morissette for Connie?
She is totally anti Fiona Apple. I don't know if it's like an age thing, but she's only like 4 years younger than me. But like, she is not feeling any of it.
Fiona
Oh, really?
Apple is not wedding music. You just can't play
Really?
it during a wedding.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I don't.
so.
Why is that an absolute? I don't agree with that.
Okay, well, name us a Fiona Apple song. I mean, this is not a challenge. I'm just curious. What is like a Fiona Apple song that you think would be sort of nice and upbeat for a wedding reception?
I think her cover of, I think it's called like "Find Somebody for Me to Love."
Yeah. And is
That
it
was a really good song.
is it a slow song, a fast song? I don't know that song.
It's a slow song.
It's a slow song. Yeah. Have you played it
Yeah.
for Connie, your betrothed?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she just didn't like it.
She hates like all Fiona Apple. Like as soon as she hears the voice, she like shuts off.
Really interesting. Interesting. I wonder why she's. I mean, what?
I don't
what-
know either.
Yeah, and does she feel the same way about Alanis? Act like we're friends.
I think not as aggressively, but also yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think if she really, really doesn't care for Fiona Apple, that's like a sacrifice you should be willing to make, Andrew, with all due respect, right? I mean, if she just isn't digging it
Sure.
at all. But maybe you could compromise and have Alanis Morissette for a song or two, and then maybe choose the other songs together. It shouldn't be kind of you versus her. I'm sure there's some music that you both like, right?
I mean, we kind of have some varying taste in music, and I'm just worried like her music taste shifts a lot,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want our wedding to be very of the moment, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you look at some wedding videos from like the 80s and they're playing like Rick Astley or something, you just look back and it looks kind of silly.
Oh, I liked him.
I like Rick Astley too.
You
Yeah,
know,
sure. Maybe that was a bad example.
no, but I think, how about if you guys just like pick some music together, and even if you think some of her choices are lame and she doesn't like your, you know, why don't you kind of go 50-50? And by the way, weddings are for dancing and fun. So I would make sure that the music that you do pick, if with the, you know, exception of a few slow dancey songs, is kind of fun and won't break the mood. But honestly, I feel like, you know, you can listen to what you want to listen to 364 days a year. And so I would maybe just compromise. This sounds a little silly to me. Like there should be a way for you guys to both get what you want on your wedding night, if you know what I'm saying, Andrew.
Andrew, do you
Yeah.
know what she's saying?
Katie Couric.
And in terms of the other issue, by the way, I mean, if she's religious and you're not, she was saying you were having difficulty figuring out who would officiate your wedding.
Yeah, I mean, certain pastors at our church won't do ceremonies for religious with non-religious people.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of been an issue, and we're trying to like figure that out right now.
Well, that can be challenging. So you're not particularly religious, but she is?
Right.
Uh-huh.
She's Christian, and I'm just, I don't know.
You're like
I
agnostic. Yeah, that's sort of like, I always describe that as a chicken shit atheist. That's like just in case, right? I'm a secular humanist. I get it. But Andrew, this is actually a dilemma, I think. Can you find someone who will respect Connie's faith, but also be willing to officiate your wedding, knowing that you may not share the same religious beliefs? I mean, I think you have to find someone who welcomes both of you on this really important day, in my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you know, we were looking for somebody, preferably somebody that knows us and could talk about us in like, you know, kind of in a close, more personal way during the ceremony. But, you know, those people are from the church, and so that's kind of the issue. Like, if we found somebody new, it's just somebody that we just met, like, within the last year or something, and that's not as meaningful, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. But someone from the church knows you well, so you must go to church, no?
Sometimes I accompany her to, like, her Bible study or, like, service on Sundays, but I don't...
You're not
I'm not of the religion.
You're not practicing. So is there somebody from the church who has agreed to marry you both, or are they giving you a hard time because you're not officially a member of the church?
I mean, it's kind of a little fuzzy right now. They said that we definitely can't get married at the church.
Really?
But
Wait, they said that you can't. Sorry, I'm so sorry. You can't.
No, they can get married at the
Oh,
church.
okay, good.
But the person who you
Mm-hmm.
cannot get married. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. You can't get married, cannot get married at the church?
We cannot get married at the church, but we might be able to ask them if they're willing to perform the service like outside of the church or something, but we haven't gotten that far yet.
Well, I think the first step is to go and talk to them, right? And then make a decision. First, you have to see what they're going to be willing to do, right? And I sometimes think that if you have two people there, somebody who kind of represents you, and you can get people to get their thing online. We had somebody who was a Universalist minister marry us.
Anna is an ordained minister as well.
You know, maybe Anna should marry you too.
I won't do. Listen.
That's what Connie was saying.
Well,
She's waiting for someone to ask.
I just think we came up with a solution. So listen, dude, you guys have to figure out how to work these things out, because if you can't figure out like how to pick the music for your wedding and how to figure out a good person to officiate or some kind of compromise where both of your views are respected, marriage is hard. You're gonna have a lot of big, tough decisions ahead of you. So all I can say is I think you need to sit down and figure this out and be willing to compromise. Would you agree? Sim?
I completely agree. No, Katie,
Totally
this is the best
agree.
advice possible.
But Andrew, please, before we go, I want to have faith that you guys are going to work this out, because I think it's kind of a silly, petty thing to get in the way of this incredible, exciting, wonderful day. And I don't want these little tiffs to overshadow the fact that you guys are going to build a life together.
Yeah, I mean, it's early on. I think we'll be able to figure it out.
Good.
But, I mean, your guys' advice definitely helps a lot.
We love you.
Andrew, Connie, thank you so
Bye.
much.
Tell Connie I said bye and good luck to you, Andrew. And will you let me know? And I expect to be invited to the wedding now.
Yes, you guys are all invited.
So Connie,
Yes.
hopefully you guys can work it out, but there's some kind of compromise that I think is in order.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it.
And go to the church and talk to your church dudes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we need to get that sorted out. But yeah, we are sending 6 invites your way.
Okay, good.
Thanks
Excellent.
so much. Thanks so much, Connie.
All right, bye,
All
Connie.
right. Thanks so much,
Good night.
guys.
Connie!
Love.
I don't know what's gotten into me. I think I'm exhausted and I've had a little too much wine.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified. Katie?
Yes, Anna.
I've been looking forward to this for like 3 months, and I'm just so happy that you're here, and it's been a huge honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Also, would you mind just saying "fuck you, Sim"? If you don't mind, if you can just say "f you, Sim" if you don't want to say that.
But I like Sam.
Oh, he's wonderful. Oh, he's wonderful. No, you can say it in a loving way.
F you, Sim.
Oh, very good.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Katie. Katie's podcast is called Katie Couric. It's part of the
No, I need a
Network.
better. I need a better name. Like
No, it's perfect.
Katie Couric is qualified.
No.
You are qualified. You definitely are qualified. But your podcast is on the Earwolf Network, and it releases every Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think it's every Thursday.
Every
Sam.
Thursday.
Isn't
Perfect.
it every Thursday, Beth? It releases
Great
every
research,
Thursday.
Dick.
Well, I had to think about it myself, and we do a new episode every
But we love
2
your
weeks.
podcast. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Honestly,
Yeah.
it means so much to me that you all actually listen to it. So
I just
thank
love
you.
that you're part of the podcast community now.
Yes.
Well, it's
I know.
really fun.
We talk
You know,
a lot about
I
that.
think, as you all have discovered, I think this audio really creates this air of intimacy and fun and people feel more relaxed and not so stiff and stilted. You know, it's fun for me to have more substantive conversations about what's going on in the world. And so it's just another medium. And I think the landscape is so fragmented and so diffused that it's important to do different platforms so that what you love to do you can reach more people.
It's been unbelievable to have you here. Thank you so
It's been really
much.
fun.
Follow us on Unqualified on Twitter and Facebook and on Instagram. And Katie, can't thank you enough. Thank
So
you
nice
so
to
much.
meet you, Sim. Thank you, Anna, for inviting me into your
please
home
don't
and
leave quite
getting
right
me a
away.
little, ready. I did a little pre-gaming for my bat
I know.
mitzvah.
You're going to have a blast now. It's going to be
I'm
great.
going to be like, woo! Can I find a 13-year-old to dance with me?
Ooh, can I be your 13-year-old?
Yeah, you want to come to this bat mitzvah?
Well, I want to
How
dance right
funny
here.
that would be amazing.
Will you-
That would be
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Will you
That
take
would be
a little
incredible.
video of us
I will,
dancing?
for sure. Definitely.
Right here.
Good night, everybody.